Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. This is Laura with Stitchin with Laura. How's everybody doing? Hope everybody is having a great day. Well, today is Friday and it is also day 3 of my drawing extravaganza. So don't forget to watch all the way through the video to get your 2 numbers for today. And I am working, as you can see, on the bridge with the water and the crane and all that. And I'm starting on the right hand side. I missed a cross there. Right hand side of this in that little red bush that's sticking out there. So that is where I am at. I got a piece of thread sticking up there and I picked the wrong scissors to cut that off with, as you can tell. So what is everybody up to? We are at the weekend again. What happened to this week? I mean, seriously? At the 4th of July, and it's just been zoom, ever since. Yeah. What the heck? What the heck? Oh, the color I'm using is 150. I'm trying to get these little green crosses done with this darker thread. I started this last night, so I got a little bit done. I felt like stitching yesterday afternoon. I went yesterday with my daughter and my 2 grandkids. That was her kids. My grandson. My son lives in Leadville, which is about 45 miles away. But all the kids, my other grandkids, they all went to Missouri. So, except for my son, who's still working. So I'm assuming that everybody went. I bet it's hot in Missouri. And muggy. We lived outside of Columbia. Oh gosh, it's been 15 years ago. Or more. At least. Yeah, it's been close to 20 years ago. Wow. Yeah. Seems like just yesterday. I moved from Colorado to Missouri. And I went to work for the Big Hut. You know, that one that serves all that pizza. And, yeah. And that was kind of a hot and sticky place to live. We got there in like August of, I don't know, I think it was 03. So it's pretty close to 20 years ago. Holy cow. How life has changed in 20 years. Just freaky. But yeah, we only lived there for probably about a year. And then we moved to Kansas. Yay! What can I say? Where are my sharper scissors? Holy cow. Well, I'm trying a new method here. I know, it's real high-tech. Instead of trying to push that end in there. Yeah. Instead of doing a knot at the end of my thread, which over the long run should help, I'm just doing the pin method. I mean, that's what I think it is. When I start this thread, I'll show you what I mean. Not start it, but when I get a new color here, which will be pretty quick. I'm about to run out of thread here. It's a pretty red. I think I've got them all that away. There's maybe 3 or 4 up here. I'm trying to complete it all with one thread. Sometimes that happens and sometimes not so much. Might have enough to get past this little corner. But yeah, I just decided I'd use red, and it was a bright and cheery color, so why not, right? Now if I can get that down and flip that, then I will be more than happy to show you what I'm talking about. I saw, it's a Stitching Dreamer. Man, the wind is kind of blowy out there. Her name is Ching. I saw her, she was working on her great big huge ginormous Chinese, it's like a town or something during a festival. Let's use this green over here. You might be able to see it better. And she kept doing the same method when she'd start. So I thought, well, why not, right? Okay. So I have no knot at the end. Excuse my hand. I have black, what do you call it, magic marker on me. Okay, so I start from the top. Now, my symbol, you can't really see it, but it's right there. So I just come over to, where is it? Or 1 or 2. And I put my needle in the bottom, and I pull the thread. Hang on. I'm coming. I pull the thread almost through. And then I just start stitching. And that's what I do on counted, but I don't know, I've never tried it on this, so I thought, what the heck. Whoops. I'm going the wrong way. But it seems to hold the thread just fine. And then, once I get, a little bit further, you could probably leave it and stitch over, but my luck, it'd stick up, just that much. So, I decided, no. So I just pull it underneath, and then I trim it when I trim my thread down, when I'm done. And it makes it less bulky underneath. I know, I've been doing it the other way for so long, so if you see me pick it up and put a knot in it, you'll know I forgot to do that. So we're just trying to teach ourselves new things and new ways to do this. Because frankly, when you get to stitching and you get a couple colors in and then you have to go back and just place like 1 or 2, it is a royal pain in the neck. I mean, because it's so thick and all the knots on the back. Yeah, I've decided that's just not the way to go. And it'd probably lay flatter, when you frame it. Not like we've ever got to that point, but, hey. It is what it is. But I always, not always, but sometimes I use a loop method on my stitching. But let's say I had to end the thread and go over to someplace else, I'd use that tail sticking out method. Because now I don't have my loop. I have to go somewhere else to stitch. So it was just easier to do that. Haven't worked on my counted this week. I'm more into these pre-stamped this week. I've kind of been working on nothing but counted. Well, I mean, I throw a few of these in there, of course, but yeah, no. I just, I get tired of it, just like anything else. And I gotta go stitch something else, so that's how that happens. Or I get tired of stitching with one color, because it seems like the only thing I want to work on is my single colored counted. And I might be working on my what do you call it? Christmas Garden by Blackbird Design. But, yeah. One never knows. Let me bring you down just a little bit. There we go. The first number today is 32. 32. So, all we did yesterday was go to that free lunch thing. Kids really liked that, and then we let them, like I told you, there was a playground, like, a little bit, like, a block and a half away at the most. That would be really pushing it. So we just kind of moved the car over there so that people that were coming to lunch, you know, could have the parking space where we were at. So, yeah, they played on the swings and crawled over this and that and just went on. And we didn't do anything afterwards. My daughter, she was just too tired. Won't be going anywhere today. She had to go to Alamosa with her husband. So, yay. So the kids went to Boys and Girls Club. Oh my goodness, wake up, Laura. That kind of a day already. So, no grand plans for this weekend. I think everybody's going to be too dang tired to go do anything. My daughter, I called her, you know, ahead of time before I went over there to go to that lunch. And I said, so what shoes should I wear? Because invariably I'm in flip-flops and she wants to go hauling around in the woods. So I was go ahead now and ask. So she said no, that she didn't feel like going. I'm like, okie dokie. So I don't know if Molly and I'll make it out to the river this weekend or not. I don't know, there's a lot of people hanging fire here and there. Maybe if we go, like, early or so. So, I'm sorry, there's just not much to do or talk about, and there's so many people in town, I really don't want to have to go into town. You know, that just gets to be a nightmare in itself. You don't want to go too late, because then you'll never find what happened to my, you know, a parking space, so. And there's a lot of people that go out, you know, they come up here to go hiking and stuff like that, and they, run around here and there. There's, what do you call it, like pathways and stuff down there. So, whoops. See, I almost forgot that time. So I just thought I'd work on this weekend. I don't know if I'll be starting anything else, but hey, It gives me something to pick up and stitch on. Been watching Marco Polo again. I know, sad but true. So it's at least in English, so I don't have to read the subtitles, and because that gets old after a while. Sure is a pretty green. Watched a couple things on Netflix, but I don't know. It was kind of off the wall even for me. I watched that, The Girl in the Picture. I had to see how that was going to turn out. So I ended up watching that, and then I watched this one about, I'm not real sure where this guy was located. It seems like Bhutan, maybe? I may have that wrong. But he's a teacher, and he really didn't want to, he didn't like teaching, but they sent him to this far-off, remote Mongolian village-looking place. You know, I'm sure that they weren't Mongolian. I don't know. I never did establish that. But, yeah, I suffered through that. So, it was called So-and-So and the Yak. It was on Netflix. It was okay, but I wasn't real thrilled with the income. Or, not the income. The outcome of the whole thing. So, yeah. It's just something different to watch, I guess. Ouch. I've been stitching for so much that I've got a hole again in my finger, so time to grab a thimble. I just love these ones. She said, I think she got them at the dollar store. Lovely. Love them. Now, our dollar store, we have a Dollar Tree down where the other thrift store is. But every once in a while, they'll get, what do you call it, like crafty items. It's not a big store at all. Not at all. And I've never seen those thimbles. And I've never been to a bigger Dollar Tree or dollar store, you know, because sometimes they have dollar stores, but this was called Dollar Tree. So, never saw them. I mean, they barely have paints for craft, you know. It's sad. They're getting a little bit better, but not by much. And our store never has that kind of stuff. Here, we have a Family Dollar. And I don't know if it's part of the dollar store, you know what I mean? So I don't know if they're owned by them now. I have no idea. But they hardly have any crafting crap at all. I don't know how the kids, you know, have anything to do all summer long around here. Short of going to the pool. Not the pool. Well, we don't have a rec center. We have a fitness center, but it's more geared for adults. And they have like a, I don't know how to explain it. They've made concrete in an area, and then it has little water spouts, so they call that like a water park. But it's just on a corner. I swear the whole place couldn't be more than 50 by 100. It's not very big. So the kids can run around there and be in the water, but I haven't been downtown because I've been avoiding all that crap like the plague. So, yeah. Second number today is, before I forget, 92. So, yeah, but they have Boys and Girls Club, and they take them places. Now, I think the kids were supposed to go down to Salida, which is about 45 minutes away, depending on traffic, etc., etc. And they were going to do something and then have ice cream, so I don't know. So, that's why both the kids wanted to go. So, fun times. But that's about all they've got to do. I mean, we got 3 separate little parks. And I've taken you probably to each and every one of them, but yeah. Just nothing much for them to do. And I'm sure they have like a summer reading program at the library, but kids aren't, our kids, grandkids aren't interested in that. You know, they'd rather be out and doing something. I may get them to the library every once in a while, but not so much since they're bigger. And I don't get books from the library anymore because I can't read and stitch at the same time. So that's why I went to audiobooks, and that works much better for me. So I can listen at least, you know, and go from there. Well, it didn't rain yesterday, so I thought that was pretty good. It's been raining like every day for, what, a week? Maybe? It does seem like. So, hopefully we're in for some better weather. Yesterday it was just right, you know, it wasn't too hot while we were out and about, which was good. I like that. So, and I actually got to wear shorts. The last time my granddaughter and I went, it was kind of cloudy day, so I wore sweatpants. So, alright guys, well, I think that's going to be about it for today. But that, what am I doing? Got my cute little owl from Olivia. Put it right there. Alright guys, thank you for joining me. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe and please hit the bell. That way you'll know when my next video comes out. Stay safe, stay healthy. We'll see you next time. God bless. Bye-bye. Keep stitching.